When a film crew walks onto a set and they don't realize that it's a set, they think it's just been like that, that's a really big compliment because it means you've succeeded and it feels real to people. My name is Lydia Marks and I do set decoration for film sets and TV commercials and TV shows, and I also do residential and commercial design for an interior design business that I own called Marks in France. I was a set decorator for Devil Wears Prada, Sex and the City, The Brave One with Jodie Foster. Those were some of my favorite projects. I went to Packer Collegiate Institute in Brooklyn Heights, and we had a great art department there. I had a great photography teacher who got me interested in documentary photography. That photography led me to go to art school. I went to the School of the Museum of Fine Arts, which is part of Tufts University in Boston. What I started realizing from going to critiques about my documentary photography work was that you could create a whole atmosphere and a feeling and a character for people based on what they surround themselves with. So all that kind of thinking, I guess, of people in their environments led me to eventually become a set decorator. Color is really important in film. So in a film like Sex and the City, the colors I choose for each character have to be very individual to each character. So Samantha in Sex and the City may have chrome accents, and Sarah Jessica might have, warmer brass accents in her apartment. So once we determine those kind of things, then I go shopping, and I shop and shop and shop until I please a whole variety of people. Sarah Jessica Parker has a really, really good handle on Carrie Bradshaw. So for her, I always would run things by her and make sure that she felt comfortable with them. We then bring the director in, and then once it's all approved, the crew shows up, and we basically then take the whole set apart and have one corner of the set left to shoot from creating an entire apartment, and then we redress it as the camera moves. Having an art background is really important. It's like creating a collage, basically. Shapes, colors, patterns, textures all come together into what just looks like a living room that's been there forever. My inspiration comes from a combination of a lot of elements. I'll come to Martin Albert Interiors, where we are right now, and I'll talk with Al, who I've worked with for 15 years on draperies and custom furniture, and we'll bounce ideas around. And sometimes it takes going out and seeing what's out there in the world and taking a lot of pictures, and then at the end of a day coming back with maybe 300 pictures for one room and sort of sorting through them with fabrics and saying, oh, this is kind of an unexpected combination of things, but it really works for this character because she is quirky. And that's how you make these places feel real and not just designed. We will often draw 5 versions of a floor plan and move pieces around until we feel like we've really hit the most comfortable and attractive space that we can get. The Devil Wears Prada was a really exciting project to work on. Our challenge was that real magazine offices are not necessarily that visually inspiring. Meryl Streep's office was to be beautifully designed, but it needed to be somewhat accessible. So we needed to always balance that reality with the glamour. So I'll try to bring in different elements that mix texture as well as color, so things can look very organic, like they grew and not were placed all at once from one store. Art is also really important for film sets because you have to hang art in film sets, and it's always a big challenge because often you're looking for artwork and it's going to be very prominent in the frame. So having a knowledge of art history is important because it allows you to, really kind of know what's out there. My advice for somebody who would want to become a set decorator is work for the art department as a production assistant, learn everything you can. Then if set decoration is the end you want to be in on, try to get a job as an assistant in that department and just be really willing to be open to learning anything, because that's what it's about in film.
Thanks for listening, and I hope you learned a little bit about what a set decorator and an interior designer does. And if you'd like to learn more, you can visit my website at marksinfrance.com, or you can stop into Martin Albert Interiors and visit their shop.